In my humble opinion, Greece should continue its effort and go to great lengths to keep Europe united. It is in Greece's vested interest for Europe and European Union, etc., not to fall apart. I think Greece should serve the leading role in Europe, not uh, the Elena Paparizou song with the red telephone booth. You will open the doorway to heaven if you tell me you love me. It's highly deceitful for Greece. Deceitful. Greece deserves death uh, if she continues to play this game with the Europeans. In my humble opinion, if Europe falls apart, Greece will be sustained at a level of being close to enslavement, and it will not be clear if the Greek spirit can emerge anytime soon again. So, I have held the belief since 20 years, maybe now, that the Greek culture is an elite culture. Um, so, for example, economic growth in Greece was spurred by the fall of the Soviet Union and the immigrants. Greece is an elite culture. It is not self-sufficient. Greek culture cannot sustain itself by itself. So the very finest principle of Greek culture is aristocracy, but not aristocracy in the sense of the UK or other countries like Germany, France, etc. Like a true aristocracy. Aristocracy means these are people who hold the notion of excellence. It is not related to kings or anything like that. So the very finest principle of Greek culture is the notion of aristocracy, and the meaning of aristocracy should be restored in the English dictionary. Or there should be a note that from the perspective of Greek culture, and aristocracy is a Greek word, it means to hold excellence. This notion a note should be made there that the origins of this word come from the notion of holding excellence. So at its very finest core, Greek culture is a culture that nourishes people they're not destined, intended. It nourishes the notion of aristocracy and excellence. But this is not hereditary or anything. You do not have an a priori right to be an aristocrat. It is something that you earn. And of course, your family has every right to help you do that. But it's something that you earn. And if you don't want it, if you are not an aristocrat, you have every right to be a plebeian or slave in the sense of plebeian. But if you don't want to do that, you have every right not to be an aristocrat. The problem with capitalism is that wealth is hereditary, which completely annihilates the notion of aristocracy, money-based aristocracy. So the Greek thinkers should do, in my humble opinion, every possible effort to restore the notion of aristocracy. So Greece economic growth was spurred by the immigrants that came from Eastern Europe. Greeks cannot sustain a self-sufficient country. Greece needs Europe. So it is known that Greece kills its children. The great intellects that emerged out of Greece. So Socrates committed suicide, etc. Because he was condemned to death, he decided to commit suicide, like C.F. Turing. The problem with this type of mentality is democracy. The, a friend of mine on Facebook, I will tell his name because it's important, his name is John Crowcroft. He posted on Facebook, he's not a Facebook friend, but he posted something on Facebook. I have a very strong relationship with this person. He posted something on Facebook accusing Greeks and mounting at, yelling at them. So he is right. A Republican system, the Hellenic Republic, etc., the parliamentary democracy is not democracy in the Greek sense. It's a British system. And the word democracy should be qualified by something else that it is not Elliniki Demokratia. This is an abomination. It could change to Ελληνική Κοινοβουλευτική Δημοκρατία and a tribute should be paid to the British system who designed it. Democracy in its real true form based on the notion of aristocracy and citizens holding the right to make political decisions does not make sense in the world we live in. So Greece, it's not Greece that is killing its children, it's democracy that is killing the children of Greece. The Greek political system, democratic as they like to think they are, is holding themselves accountable to plebeians. If an aristocrat, a true aristocrat, emerges, the plebeians will kill him. Because they believe they have every right to be aristocrats as well. But it is not the aristocrats' responsibility to make the plebeians aristocrats. So in my opinion, there should be an institutional structure that will nourish the notion of aristocracy and condemn the notion of plebeians as white trash. So in a true Greek democracy, the founding principle is aristocracy. And plebeians should, and people should have the right to be plebeians should they wish so. Majority vote does not make sense in a parliamentary democracy. The people cannot vote equally. So in order for me to be able to think and function as a person, I denounce my Greek identity. I have every right to think like a Greek. And I have every right to retract from this position in the future. But I denounce my Greek identity.